Hi guys, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm just going to bring you a quick tutorial on how to make one of these little cute little, it's an angel in a little dome case. I got these little domes at Michael's actually months and months ago. And had planned on doing something with them, and I kind of set them aside and ran across them the other day, so I thought, I'm going to try and do a little video on those. I get them, they're from Beads Landing. I get them at Michael's, and this is the packaging that they came in. It comes 2 in a pack, and I'm going to be using one of these little angels. These are little resin angels that I get from Debbie Cottrell over at Kiki's Sale. She makes these, and she has sent me several of them. So I just take, you know, she sends them to me pretty raw sometimes because she sends them to me out of the kindness of her heart, but she does sell them in her store. So what I do is I take, if there's any little rough edges or whatever, super easy to take care of. I think when she sells them, though, she cleans up all of the edges for you, so this is already done. But I just take and go around the edges of the angel, take off any rough spots or any little extra things that might be hanging out. This one's in perfect shape, so I don't have to do that. But occasionally, as with any resin product that you buy, you may have to clean up the edges. But this one's perfect. Anyway, so this angel is going to go inside of this little dome, and we're going to try and make this as quick as possible. It's a fairly easy tutorial. One of the things that I'm going to be using in the bottom of this is some of this Spanish moss. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and in the bottom of this dome, right here, I'm going to add, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. These are just kind of embellishments that I may or may not use. So we'll get those out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a little bit of this Spanish moss, and I'm going to try and kind of squish it together as much as I can for this bottom piece, because I want it to stay sort of in the center of this, so that when I put the glass dome down, it sits right on top of itself and not on top of the moss. So I'm going to drop a little bit of hot glue in the center there, and I'm just going to push this Spanish moss down right on top of that hot glue. And on this, I am just using the hot glue for that purpose anyway. Okay, so I just have a little bit of that Spanish moss down on the inside of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little dome, and I am going to put a little bit of this moss on the inside of the dome, and I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of glue on the inside, just a little line, and I'm just going to put that in there and use my toothpick to sort of lay that moss where I want it to go before the glue dries. And like I said, I'm only using a small amount of the moss. In fact, in this one, I think I'm going to use a little bit less than I did in the other one. So that should be about all we're going to put in there. Let's see, do I have it? There we go. So that's going to be about it for the inside of that. And again, I just pressed it against one wall of the dome. And then I'm going to take my little angel, I'm going to make sure she fits inside like that, and that's how she's going to fit inside of there. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue, and I'm just going to put it on the back side of the angel, leaving a little space where I can grab her by her feet so I can put her inside the dome, and just sort of press her up against that moss. So that's what she looks like. Hopefully, let me see. Trying to get her to come in focus. There you go. So that's what she looks like so far. And her feet just align perfectly with these domes. So this is one of the things that worked out perfect with these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom piece, make sure I don't have any strings of glue because I am going to be gluing this down. I'm going to take a little bit of E6000 adhesive, and I'm just going to squeeze it out on a piece of cardboard here. I just have it right here on that, and I'm going to take my toothpick, clean it off a little bit, and I am going to put a little bit of this E6000 around the edge of this bottom. But that's not all I'm going to do. I'm going to put the E6000 kind of across two sides. I'm going to leave a couple of spots open so that I can lay down some hot glue so that this dome will adhere right away when I put it down. So I'm going to put a dot of hot glue there and a dot there, and we're going to get this little guy in there before the hot glue dries, and we're going to press it down. And I'm just going to hold it down until I think that hot glue has cooled off and set. Because if I pull up on it too quickly, then it's not going to be set and it's going to pop off really easily until that E6000 has a chance to set up, which for the E6000, the total setup time is probably about 24 hours. So you want to make sure that you get that hot glue set first. Okay, so there we go. The hot glue is set. Our angel is inside the dome. Super duper cute. And what I did was I had a little heart bead that I glued on ahead of time, glued to her hands. Let me see here. I glued it to her hands so that she would be holding that heart. I thought that was super cute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this lace that I took from some other lace that I got from Debbie, and I'm going to lay it around the bottom part of this dome. I'm going to look at it first to make sure it's what I really want to see there. It's got a light colored piece of thread in it that I was trying to get out of there. Okay, so I'm going to take this little piece of lace, and I'm just going to kind of go around the bottom and make sure again that that I really want to use this lace. Do I or don't I? You know what? I don't think I'm going to, because what happens is it ends up covering too much of her legs down there. And I actually was thinking I wanted to use a couple of these flowers. Not this one, it's too big, but a couple of these pretty flowers, and maybe kind of do it in a sort of bluish motif. I may not use those because they're a little bit bigger as well. And then I think with this felt, I cut a little tiny piece of felt off. I think I'm going to make a couple of teeny tiny leaves for these flowers that I'm going to cut out of that felt. Sorry if you guys can hear the helicopter. We've got helicopters flying overhead. I don't know why, but we do. I hope everybody has been safe with the whole coronavirus thing. I know we are pretty much close to lockdown, I guess you could say, here in Southern California. They are asking us to stay in our homes. I still have been going to work into the office a little bit because I work in hospice. And because of that, we are one of the necessities. So they allow us to actually go to work. It's been minimal for me. I have not. When I do go in, I go in for a couple of hours and then I work the rest of the day from home. So, and luckily with my job, I'm able to do that. It's a lot of phone calls and things like that. So So I've been helping out the office a little bit more than I normally would with making phone calls to patients and their families and making sure everybody's okay and that they have all of their supplies that they need and things like that. And I get to, you know, talk to a lot of really, really nice people. It's been a pleasure for me to be able to do that, and I'm glad my boss asked me to help out with that process. But anyway, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take these flowers and I'm going to get my nippers. Let me see if they're right here. They were right here. I'll just use these. And I'm going to cut these fairly short so that they don't have long stems. Okay. And we're going to take our hot glue and I'm going to place a little bit here and put one of these blue flowers down. And I think, you know, I made these teeny tiny leaves. They're going to be hard to manage, but we're going to try here. I think I'm going to take my little needle nose pliers here so that I can handle them a little bit easier. And I think I'm going to lay one of these leaves right there above that flower. I'm just going to take it with my pliers and then set it down here. And then I'll take another dot of hot glue and I'm going to take this other blue flower and have it going in the other direction. And maybe a dot of hot glue back here and another leaf right there. And maybe another one coming out behind the flower. And then I'm going to cut all of the stem off of this white flower. And I think I'm going to just press that down sort of in the middle there. Put a dot of hot glue. Put that little white flower down. Uh-oh. I have it turned the wrong way. Okay, so we've got that one down. And maybe one more leaf, I think, coming between the blue and the white flower here. Because I do have this one other leaf cut. And we've laid that down. That looks really pretty. And now I'm just kind of taking some of the strings of glue that are sort of left behind there. Those flowers are so small and those leaves are so small, they don't need a lot of glue behind them. So I'm just trying to kind of scrape some of that glue off. Okay, so that's what we have so far. We have the little flowers in the front. And then I'm going to take this little butterfly, and I think I'm going to have the butterfly sort of going off to the side, right there. So let me get that on there and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to put a dot of E6000 on the back of it, right along the body. And then I'm going to take my hot glue and put a dot of hot glue there. And I'm going to put it, I'm just tucking it behind that one blue rose there. And we're setting the hot glue down so that it sets and holds that butterfly down until the E6000 dries, and then it will be held down for good. So let me see if I've got this on my hand right. You guys should be able to see it. So that's our new little angel. You can turn it into a necklace or a purse charm or what have you. And one of these will be going into my store. The other one will be going to Ms. Cottrell, as she has asked for one of these. So she does so much for me in helping me to be able to continue to do my videos. She sends me supplies often, and I was really excited when she said she would like to have one of these, because I showed her what I was going to be doing ahead of time with her little angels. So anyway, that's what we've made today. We've got 2 of these little cuties done, and this is all I have, is these 2. So again, one of them will be in my Etsy shop. The other one will be going to Miss Debbie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's a quickie one, and it's something that you can do at home, and with everybody being stuck at home in most cases, hopefully this would be a fun project for you to do. And if you have these little domes or something similar, I know they make bigger domes. There's also you can get like these little guys at the Dollar Tree, these little, I guess they would call them almost shot glasses. They're plastic. Think about something maybe you could do with these. You could take one of these and if you have, let's see, Dollar Tree I know also has little tins that they sell, and I'm looking for one of those little tins now. I found one. I don't know if this is a Dollar Tree one or not, but this is a little tiny tin. Take, you know, one of these or something, or, you know, what have you. Turn a tin upside down and, you know, make a little thing that can sit on a shelf, and put a little scene on the inside with an angel, or, you know, some little things that you have laying around. Use a little bit of this Spanish moss to put in the bottom, and you can create your own little scene. You know, use your imagination, get funky with it, and have a good time. Again, thank you all for watching. And please, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel down below. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when I do new videos. I am this weekend trying to work on more than just this video, so hopefully I'll be putting out a couple of new videos coming up. So be on the lookout for those. But have a wonderful, blessed day and weekend, and be safe out there. Listen to what everybody's telling you about staying in as much as you can, because I'm telling you, especially if you're within the senior community, or you have grandparents that you're, you know, parents or grandparents that really don't need to get a hold of this virus, please stay away from them as much as you can to keep them safe. But anyway, blessings to all of you. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.